Hello, everybody. How are you all doing out there?
Hey, y'all.
Excellent.
Shayna, I see you.
We got Shayna in the house. Awesome. Well, super excited to be cooking with all of you. My name is Tyler, one of the co-founders here at Truffle Shuffle, and I'm joined by the one and only Kelsey Barnard-Clark over here.
Yes, okay, and y'all, a little background. I know, obviously, Truffle Shuffle, happy to have them here, thrilled. Tyler and I were both line cooks at Dovetail in New York City together when we were 22 years old. 22, 23?
Yeah.
What did we decide? 22?
21, 22.
Young, fresh, eager.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm, thrilled to be here working with them. This is an exciting night, day, whatever we are.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday? Is it Thursday? Yes.
Yep.
And I am super excited to see all of y'all.
Awesome. Well, really psyched to be out here in Alabama. This is honestly my first time coming to Alabama.
Welcome.
This is amazing welcoming that we're getting. Me and Brett are super psyched. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, we actually have our in-house DJ. We got DJ Bert here with us. He's a real person, right? His mix available on Spotify. Okay, just in case you're wondering.
I wish y'all could see the other side of it right now. It's actually so much more interesting than us standing here. Lots of action happening.
Awesome. So with that, we got a super exciting class coming up. We're gonna be showing Kelsey's chicken or country fried steak, which I got to make and do some recipe testing on. Is unbelievably delicious. You guys are gonna love this. So as we do this class, we got a couple of best practices. Okay, one is you do want to keep your video on. All right. We got a little screen over here where Kelsey and I can check you guys out. Say hello. Okay. Check out Sue, that beautiful cabinetry work that you have going on over there.
Look at that hood.
Absolutely
I'm a
stunning.
fan of the hood.
So you want to keep that video on. We'll keep it interactive, right? We're gonna come out there, ask you how your dishes are looking. All right. So, and then if you wouldn't mind, just as we're doing the class, keeping your mute on, and that literally is only for small children that might be breaking things in the background, right? We keep the mute on. So if you have any questions at all, you can put them directly in the chat bar. Okay, so we're watching that chat bar. We got DJ Bert also watching that chat bar over there as well. Awesome. And so with that, we actually have a little cocktail over here that we can get started with. So, Kelsey, what do you think? Should we get started with a little cocktail?
Yeah, no good story ended without the beginning of a cocktail. You know, y'all? You just gotta get right to the punch here. Okay, so Alabama Slammer, y'all got your little card out?
Oh, you got our little. Okay, yeah. Cassie has that card out.
Should I tell them a little story about this drink? Should we go there?
I don't know. That's up to you, Kelsey.
I'm sweating. See, now I'm hot. no stories. I'm kidding. So y'all, this drink resonated in a little bar in Tuscaloosa, Alabama called Galette's. Do not Google it. Do not go there. I'm just kidding. It's great. It's good times, but warning is exactly right. If you see, we're mixing liquor. Did y'all ever hear that? What's the saying? Wine before liquor, never been sicker, something. And then, like, the other thing that your mom always tells you is, like, don't ever mix liquors. You'll never end well. It's true. We're doing it. So here we are. It's okay. Just be careful. But no, really, this is definitely a Tuscaloosa, Alabama, University of Alabama, Roll Tide. That is what this is. So it's a saying we have. It's like, it's the whole thing. And I could go on and on, but I'm not airing out my dirty laundry. Secrets.
All right.
Very important to be kept.
We can also
Cocktails.
create some dirty laundry over here about drinking these cocktails with all of you over there. Mike G.
The lights. They got some fun lights
talking
going
to you
on.
there, Chef. Yeah, Tiffany. How about Tiffany over here?
That's a party right there.
Look at that. It's
Tiffany
literally
is having a party.
Party at Tiffany's house.
Yes.
We got Tiffany over here.
Purple.
Ready to bring it.
I am here for it. Okay.
Awesome.
Gotta put my hair up. I always do this at the beginning of the class. I'm like, this means it's go time.
All right. This is go time right here. Okay, so.
Here we go. Okay. Yellow hammer. So here we go. We've got, you don't really have to use a shaker. You don't see these in bars in Alabama because they're like, I want to stir this in a solo cup. So we will use one because we're classy today.
We're saying mega classy.
We are classy. You've got your wonderful cocktail mix by the lovely team. Which, let's see. Let's go through this. What is in this again?
So we got a little brown sugar syrup.
Because she went really extra with this. We don't really go this extra, and I'm a fan of it.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a fan of this.
Yeah, Sarah's going over the top over here.
I like it.
So we got a little brown sugar syrup that Sarah steeped just a little bit of cinnamon in there. And then a little orange juice and pineapple juice over here.
Yes, and you know, it's deceiving. This is the thing about this drink that's so deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
It's country, it's all these things. I'm 98% positive someone at a tailgate just combined a bunch of leftover juices and liquors, and that's how this was created. But it works. And it's like, okay, well, here we are. All right, so all that's in your mixer, or just do it in your cup. And, you know, it's really cute to measure liquor. It's really sweet. I really appreciate the thoughtfulness, but you can also just...
Oh. We are in Alabama at this point.
Roll Tide, yes.
Okay.
There goes the rum. It's probably more like a double serving. Because where there's a place to be served, there's a place to be overserved. Am I right?
That's true.
Yes, I agree. Vodka. I don't know. It's clear. Who knows how much is in here? Dump it.
All right.
I don't know. No one knows. Can't smell it, y'all. Remember.
Steven, you taking notes over here, Chef?
Cassie said we're using an empty peanut jar because the lid was stuck on our cocktail.
That is smart. You get bonus points. I need to try that, actually.
Nicely done over there, Cassie.
Seriously. In fact, I actually don't love a shaker. I use mason jars for shakers all the time because they seal better.
There you go.
Because this is me sometimes. Like, I'm not a bartender. And I'm like, going to shake, and then it just goes all over my face. I'm like, well, now this is amazing. Did you see that Bachelor episode where the girl popped the champagne all in her face? I feel like that would be me. All right, y'all. So we've got these really cool ice cubes, which I know these look fancy. You can get them anywhere. They're not that fancy. Fill them up, stick them in the freezer. It's a good way to do like instant drama in a cocktail.
Boom.
Everyone's excited when they see that rock in your glass, and it doesn't melt as fast, which I know. I'm getting a little too much about a cocktail, but it really does matter because it doesn't make it watery. All right, make sure this is on tight. Don't do what I've done. Shake. You don't need a whole lot of shakes here.
All right.
All right, so we're going to start shaking it up over here. And as you are shaking it up out there, we want to see how it's looking.
Oh, here we go. We got Megan.
Yeah. We got Megan over here.
Megan.
She is already drinking that cocktail.
She's got a mason jar, too.
We got Steven. Oh, look at that.
There we go, Cassie.
We got Cassie over here shaking it.
Steven.
Oh, Steven.
Woodstock. He's here for it, for sure.
Oh, we got Megan over here.
Oh, we got Megan Solomon and Avery over here. Let's see it.
Mike G. There we go,
Mike G.
Are you at a bar? What's happening?
That's Mike's house.
Oh.
Here for it.
Oh, we got
What is she doing hers in?
She's making an extra large serving.
All right, Margaret and Craig. There we go.
Oh, Margaret and Craig.
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right, you got to get it off.
All right. So, you want to go ahead, shake that cocktail up.
Oh, and, okay, tip.
Okay.
So many tips.
Pro tip.
This is, okay, you can count if you want, but another pro tip is when it frosts, it's done, okay? Do you see my fingerprints here? When you start to feel it getting chilled on your hands and it starts to frost around the metal, it's ready. That's all you're really looking for.
Perfect.
All right. Dump that in.
Wow. And as you can see, this recipe makes 2 cocktails, or it makes one really big cocktail over here.
Yeah, I don't do 2.
That's literally perfect.
Yeah. I mean, look at it. Look at the foam, too. That's another
Stunning.
thing about when you shake juices for a good amount of time. You get that great froth. Good stuff.
Nice. All right. Well, with that, we have our beautiful cocktail over here. But we would love to see how your cocktails are looking out there. All right, so if you got them, hold them up. We're going to say a cheers from out here at Alabama.
Cheers!
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Not there yet.
Oh.
You know what they say? If you've got it, flaunt it.
That is correct. Nice.
You going to taste it?
All right, yeah. When he's over here, we got Sue and Tom.
Tyler's scared. It's his first time. Let's
trying the yellow hammer over here.
I mean, you should go for it. Was honey supposed to come in the kit?
All right.
Jamie's iPhone.
Yeah, no problem. So, Jimmy, we actually put the honey strategically in the same container as that champagne vinegar to make it very easy just for you out there.
Good call.
All right. So.
All right, y'all feeling good? Slightly numb is the way to cook. We did it for years. More numb than not, probably. I'm kidding. We really didn't. We're actually really, really well behaved in our kitchen.
Yeah.
We didn't really do anything. We're very boring. We should redo.
Very focused.
Tonight is the night.
Okay.
Tonight's the night.
Yeah. So, it's not really. Everyone calm down. We're not going to do anything crazy. Well, we might. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Who's ready to actually cook and eat?
All right. If you're ready to get cooking, we want to see a thumbs up out there real quick. This is how we confirm that we're on the same page. Yeah,
Take a sip. Everybody take a sip.
Excellent. Yeah, you want to take a sip of that cocktail? Yeah, Sean and Ann, can we see that? Sean, can you see that thumbs up real quick? Oh, perfect.
Is that a middle finger? I don't appreciate that. Sean's flicking me off for sure. I'm kidding. Just kidding.
Sean, look at that.
Oh, never.
Beautiful. All right. So, the way we do this class over here, we're going to go over our mise en place and our ingredients. Okay, make sure we're all on the same page. But before I even get to that, let me just see a quick hand raise. How many of you have done your homework out here? Okay? Have you done that homework?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, and.
Most fun homework ever, right?
We're asking, any of you done that homework? If you haven't done that homework, you want to go ahead and do it right now. All right? So, go ahead, get it going. Honestly, at this point, we marinated that steak, right?
Yeah, it's not much. It's not much to do, I mean.
It's not too much to do.
Yeah.
You can actually do it while drinking, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and like if you cut your finger off, it's fine. You don't feel it. It's fine. Everything. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, I am such a big fan of like having wine while prepping. It's actually, hey, parents out there or like, I don't know, people that don't like who they're living with, just be like, look, y'all, I'm making dinner. Make it last for a really long time and drink wine in silence while you cook. And then every time they come in and bother you, you're like, I'm cooking. I'm just doing this for y'all.
Right.
I'm selfless here.
There you go.
Pro tip. Okay, so now we are going to work on the meat, which I really don't want to say is like the most important part of this dish because it really is like a marriage of flavors. But it is definitely the part that we got to talk about.
Yeah, it is.
So.
All right. So we got this beef over here.
Y'all definitely marinated it, right? Let it sit. So the point of this is to tenderize it. And obviously, like my favorite recipes, y'all, are ones that are like really humble things. And honestly, in this case, like sometimes trash products. So this is not the most desirable cut of meat. Like filet, ribeye, everybody loves that, right? But very rarely is someone like, you know what? I'm really dying to go get some chuck or some cube steak. Like that's not your go-to. So that's the most fun to me to work with because it's like, let me show you what we can do with it, which is exactly what this is. So we've got this nice and tenderized and you can always ask your butcher to do this for you.
Yep.
Do it by hand or ask your butcher to do it for you. And these days, anyone's going to do it for you. It's just not, they're there. So we're going to do a dredge. And for those of y'all who don't know what a dredge is, it's simply just coating something in flour after it's been wet in some sort of substance. So in this case, we've got buttermilk, pickle juice, egg. Those three combinations are what make this really sticky and super crispy when we go to fry it.
Nice.
And the other thing I like about this is one of my least favorite things about bad country fried steak is when the breading outweighs the meat.
Yep.
And this is a very light dredge, but yet the crisp is still there. What you want is still there without all the bread on there. Anyway, so here we go.
The meat? Someone wants to know.
Yeah, so you can actually, for those of you out there, if you got one of those kind of larger pieces, you can actually just cut it right in half.
Or you can have like what we call a Flintstone.
A Flintstone?
Steak. Yeah, you know. Right.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, or you can just eat one large steak by yourself.
Yeah, no judgment.
You can absolutely do that.
100%. Would never do that.
And so one of the questions that I had over here, Kelsey, is you use buttermilk, dill pickle juice.
Yes.
And so what does that do to the flavor of the meat?
So this is the deal with like buttermilk with pickle juice. So I kind of came up with this where I love pickle juice marinating in anything. You have to be kind of careful because it is very, very harsh. But when you combine it with cream and buttermilk, and when you combine it with eggs, the eggs kind of protect the acidity and create this coating. But then it all together, they kind of like fix each other's problems. And that's the goal here is like the cream outweighs the acid of the pickle juice. The pickle juice cuts through the egg and the cream. Because frankly, to me, buttermilk is not enough acid. It's just not sometimes with some things. My fried chicken is the same thing. It's pickle juice and buttermilk. And you don't taste acid. You just taste like, oh, this is good. I taste salt. It's tender. You know as well as I do.
Yeah.
Acid is a tenderizer. You want that. You just don't want it to be cooking your meat. You gotta be careful, because acid will cook your meat. And then the egg is really to bind everything together.
Yeah.
Keep it really stuck and sticky on the outside so that it sticks onto your product and it fries properly.
Nice. Awesome. So we got our meat marinating right now. I love that. They all fix each other's problems. Like a perfectly dysfunctional family.
I'm basically your fryer therapist. That's what I'm saying. Here for that. All right, so we've got this country fried steak flour, which, this is a classic Dredge that I use for pretty much everything. I don't just use it for country fried steak. This is my go-to seasoned flour for frying. I mean, don't like fry beignets in this. I'm not talking about pastry. Savory flour. So it's seasoned flour, and the reason I say that is it's important to season before you cook and then after you cook. You can't just throw salt on the top of a fried product and call it done. So this has got some good seasoning in there.
Beautiful.
Ready to dredge?
Awesome. Yeah, ready to dredge. So at this point, we've got that seasoned flour in a little. We got like a little casserole dish over here, but you could use a plate, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Awesome. So we got our beef over here, our flour in our plates, okay? And we would love to see a thumbs up out there if you're ready for the next step. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Molly's good. Michelle.
Thumbs up, take a sip. That works too.
Larry's giving us the digital thumbs up as well.
Person Marvin, Sarah and Larry with the digi.
Oh, we got Steph and Val over here too.
Yeah.
Look at the dancing. I like it. Sarah and Larry.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, Marvin and Craig. There we go.
Yellow hammers are working. Look at it, y'all.
Perfect.
In action. It's happening.
All right. All right, so now we'll get to dredging over here.
Yes. Okay, so this is more like a at-home tip, but I do stress this in my restaurant as well. Right hand wet, left hand dry. Do not crisscross, okay? You don't want to end up with those sticky, nasty hands. And then also, I'm a big fan of reusing dredge. So if you do this, your dredge stays clean. You can like sift it a little bit or just even get a fork and kind of take the stuff out when it gets clumps. And you can reuse this multiple times. I store it in the freezer. You don't want to store anything that's touch raw meat in like a pantry.
Right.
So I just keep mine in a bag in the freezer, and you can reuse this. People always say, how long? You'll know. But honestly, like really more like 4 times. So right hand for wet.
All right, so we're using right hand is wet out there, okay? And I'll make sure to observe all of you over here. Yeah, Shayna, looking at you over here.
Shayna knows.
Okay, she knows. She knows over here. All right.
All right, and next tip I've got for you, I always do this as a starter. Pick up a handful of dredge in your hand, which is flour, okay? This is why. It also is going to make your hands like so clean when you're done. Put the meat, this is any meat. This is not just this, all right? Flip it. Now sprinkle. So now it's coated. We're done. No way your hands are going to get dirty.
Boom.
Sprinkle and coat. And you want to do this, I'm patting and turning. Just pat and turn. And I always like to tell people, this is not because I'm trying to like pack on the flour. It's going to fall off. What you want to make sure is that it's sticking and evenly sticking. Because you do not want to end up with like these, what I would call hot spots and cold spots when you go to fry, because one spot is like raw and one spot is dusted with warm flour. And that's when you end up with uneven cooking as well. And if you see too, y'all, I'm lifting it. I'm doing the sides on this as well. All that. Okay? This is perfect. Now, always shake, shake, shake. Get it off.
Excellent. So we got this steak over here. I'm gonna go grab a little plate.
Smells good. I always have the urge to taste it, and I'm like, no, but then I would, I will. I'm not scared. You can eat it raw.
The raw beef over there.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
All right, perfect. So as you can see over here, Chef Brett, you want to show off this steak over here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, beautiful. Nice. So personally, like I say, I love that technique you're doing over here, where you put one side in and then you flip it, and then getting into it. I always just kind of go for it, and always wind up with too much flour stuck to my other hand.
I mean, you'll have some on your hand. Don't get me wrong, but my goal has, like, I'm a big no waste person, so we like to reuse our dredges at KBC. I like to reuse them at home. So the less on your hand, the more we don't waste. And that's really a big part of it too, is that. And one of the hardest things to dredge, I'll be honest with y'all, is country fried steak. because it separates. It is meat. It's got those little like, it's sort of veiny the way it looks.
Yep.
And so it can be a little more difficult than others. So now y'all take a break, wash your hands. Get rid of the evidence, get rid of dredge, buttermilk, wash your hands.
Very important. And what really helps with this too is you enjoy some of that cocktail over there as you are washing your hands.
Have one question, Chef.
Yeah, we got one question over here.
He wants to know, are we preheating our pan yet?
Preheating the pan yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, right, Kelsey?
Nope, we are right now.
All right. So we're not preheating it. We haven't preheated it quite yet, but we're getting there very soon. All right. So, and then with this marinade over here, Kelsey, can they save that for any future or?
Yes.
Yeah?
Jen and Mike wants to know what's in the seasoned flour. They really like it.
Yeah, so we sent all of you the recipe for this seasoned flour on the back end over here of this recipe. So we got AP flour, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, black pepper, cayenne.
Throw it in the chat.
A lot of delicious stuff over here.
I pretty much do not cook without those things. Onion powder, garlic pepper, and cayenne. And that's actually a funny story. When I was on Top Chef, onion powder and garlic powder have a bad rep. People are like, that is trash. Why not just use onion powder and garlic powder?
Right.
And the whole time I was competing on Top Chef, people kept being like, you use onion powder and garlic? Actually, they said it about me and Sarah. We're like the only ones on the show who use it. Sarah came in second to me.
Yeah.
Those of y'all who don't know, Sarah was also our sous chef at the restaurant we worked at.
We worked with her together at Dovetail.
Yes.
And I just want to say real quick, for those of you out there that keep saying I'm like 16 years old, this is proof I'm not 16 years old.
Yeah,
right?
isn't this annoying?
Little bit older than
I've
that.
She's still the same. This is ridiculous. No, but it's fine. I'm confident enough. Okay, I'm kidding. Yeah, but we kept using onion and garlic powder, and then people were like, "No one does this. Who uses this stuff?" And then I would win a challenge. She'd be like, "What is in this?" I'm like, "Onion powder and garlic powder." Boom. Yeah, and then we both won. So here we are.
Look at that.
Onion powder and garlic powder are your friends. They're great. It's a great flavor bomb, and anything in a powder form is always going to be more intense. And it's you can't put onion and garlic in a dredge. So this is your fix to that problem.
There you go.
Okay, so someone asked, are we preheating the pan yet? Most of the time with frying, I would have already started that. But this is basically a pan cereal. We're not deep frying this, okay? So when that's the case, your oil's going to heat up in 1 minute.
Right.
So in this situation, we did not and have not preheated. You have preheated your oven, though. I don't know if that was part of the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, you want to go ahead. We're going to go into our prep during our class section, okay? Step one over here, you want to preheat those ovens, and we're preheating them to 300.
300.
Perfect.
Holding temp.
300, holding temp. And if they have a conventional oven, still 300, right?
Yeah, that's a big debate people always ask me.
Right.
It's like, should I turn it down if it's convection? The only difference between convection and regular is it's circulating the heat. So it's the same heat, it's just a different way it's coming out.
Beautiful. All right, so at this point, we have this steak dredged up over here. And honestly, I'm just very interested in seeing how all your steaks are looking.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you got those steaks, we want you to hold those up to the camera, and DJ Brett is going to come over here. We're going to check out how these steaks are looking.
Nice.
Let's see. We got Jennifer over here. Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer.
Craig.
Beautiful.
Jen and Mike.
Margaret and Craig, stunning.
We got iPhone over there. Oh, yeah.
Over at the iPhone's house.
Nice.
Donovan and Kat and the chefs.
Donovan.
Repping the logo,
Look at Mike G
too.
over there.
Right, nice shirts over there.
Mike G. Oh, we got Steph and Val. Looking good, ladies.
Amazing.
Oh, look who it is. Oh,
Hey, Shayna.
Oh, we got Shayna over here. Killing it.
Stefan. Oh, yeah, looking good. Molly, I see you. Oh, Michelle. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, Larry.
We got Michelle and Chrissy over here.
There we go.
Nailing it.
Larry.
Wow. Larry, that is beautiful looking
Right.
steak.
There we go, Tiffany.
These lights. I mean, look at their background. Look at all that. Look at all that.
Is that Malibu over there too? Oh, we got Tammy over here too. Look at that. Tammy, stunning.
I
looking
love
steak
it.
over there.
Love it. So far, y'all have 100% passed.
Okay.
I'm disappointed. Is it this easy?
Well, usually we have them drink more cocktail, but you will be graded still. I'm not sure if we...
No, we will not. But you will be. Just kidding. Okay, so now, y'all, we are going to get to this frying. We will now heat everything up. So before we get into the thickest of frying, I always like to go over a few things always. Water is not oil's friend in every way, shape, and form. Keep your drink away from the frying area, okay? Keep it somewhere else, especially when you've had a few sips of Yellowhammer. All of a sudden, you're like, I'm fine. And then you knock your drink over, your house blows up. Not really, but really. So, for real, water is not friends with oil. Keep your drinks away from the frying area. It is very dangerous. But don't freak out. You're fine. We're not performing brain surgery. This is a shallow frying technique. This is not deep frying. This is just basically pan frying. So you see you have just a little bit of oil.
Yep.
That's the goal here. We are basically pan searing, pan frying. And we could talk about this for a second. The difference between pan searing, pan frying, deep frying.
Right, yeah.
Pan sear is like half of this oil. Pan frying, double. Deep frying, 15 times. This much. Yeah, but really, you're dunking something in oil. And anytime I can pan fry versus deep fry, I go that route. It's better for everyone. Yeah, so here we are.
Nice.
So we'll show you how to make sure your oil is up to temp without using a thermometer, which we'll get into that in just a second.
Cool.
So here we go.
Awesome. So we got our stove cam over here too.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna show off real quick. Check out that stove cam. Beautiful.
Love a stove cam. Love a stove cam. All right, y'all. So we're going to start this on high temp, okay? Oil can go in. And this is just to get this nice and hot. All right.
Beautiful.
So just wait a few minutes. Again, high temp, just getting this nice and hot to get this a good level playing field. We want to make sure everything is the same temperature throughout, right? And then what we'll do is what we do with, like, I call it like the flour method. You just sprinkle some of that dredge or even just straight flour. If it sizzles and pops and fizzes like a Coke spilled over, it's ready. If it floats on the top of the surface, it's not. It's really simple. If it instantly browns, your oil is way too hot.
All right.
Okay?
That's kind of the tester over here, right?
Use the dredge.
Beautiful. All right, and so you're gonna use a little bit of that dredge flour for that?
Yeah, so I'll show you
perfect.
when it's not ready. It's not ready yet. So watch. Sitting here, nothing's happening.
Okay.
And everybody take a moment of silence and listen to the nothingness. Ready? Nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
So when we do this in a second, I know this is nice and hot, which usually takes about 3 minutes, we're going to hear like the second the flour hits. And that's how we know it's ready. And people ask a lot, how do I know if it's too hot? It will brown immediately. So there will be no browning when it's just the right temp. And we're going to put this in there hot, turn it down to medium.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we're preheating the pan at this point on high heat, is that right? Perfect. And then what are you say we're listening to that flour as that oil is heating up?
Yeah, so right now we're not. We're waiting. It's going to take at least 2 to 3 minutes.
Perfect.
And then what we'll do is we're going to test it again. What you don't want to see, if you see smoke, turn it off. Just wait a few more minutes. It's way too hot. Hang out for a second. You got it really hot. So smoke is great when searing steaks. Not great in pan frying because you'll just blacken the outside. And that's it. So we're not looking for that. So we're just right now hanging out. Great time to take a sip of your cocktail away from your oil. Reminder.
Perfect time.
Good question
Cocktail.
that just came in.
Yes.
Okay.
Should we use cast iron or enamel? Doesn't matter.
Really doesn't matter. You know, I'm a huge fan of enamel. I'm a huge fan of cast iron, if you know anything about me. I love cast iron because of the thickness, so I feel like it holds heat better in terms of a sear and in terms of frying. It's such an even heat where things like not all clad. Most enamel is actually enamel coated cast iron, so definitely keep that in mind. Like this is enamel, but it's coated cast iron.
Yep.
So, same thing, really.
And a lot of times the reason is because it holds the heat better, right? It's like, for those of you out there, like, the reason why a lot of times we reference cast iron or enamel as opposed to stainless is because it really retains that heat. Because especially when you're frying, you're always playing against, you never really want the temperature to dip down too low.
Yes.
Right?
And it's really, y'all, look at your cast iron versus your just frying pans, right? Look at the thickness level. Look at the type of metal it is. That's the difference. And then another thing I want to talk about is tongs. They are not created equal. So I talk about this a lot. It doesn't, you're fine if you have these. We're not saying that. I just want you to be aware and careful if you do use these. I call these spoon tongs, which means they've got this divot.
That little divot, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a spoon.
Yep.
Right? So in frying, a few things to be careful of if using these. When you pick up the product, don't pinch so hard, because if you pinch too hard, you actually crack the breading on the outside and it's going to fall off. So you're going to, really what you're doing, all right, y'all, we're ready in just a second. What you're doing is kind of scooping and flipping, and then be very gentle in scooping. All right, y'all, we're testing the oil. These are the ones we use. I'll go into that. Flour. Y'all ready? Here we go.
All right. So we're coming back to our stove cam over here.
Okay, everybody silence. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Hear it? That's the money shot.
We got a little flour.
And it fizzes.
Sizzling over here.
It fizzes. All right, so into the pan. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
So don't touch, if I use my hands, I'm just, you do too.
That's the way to cook. You got to cook using your hands.
Don't be scared.
Very important.
Big hand person, so I'm moving it around.
Mm-hmm.
This is really important in the beginning, because this is actually when it's going to stick. So just kind of not really moving it much, just shifting it slightly.
Okay.
All right, now go ahead now and turn this down to medium-high heat.
Medium-high?
Medium-high. And y'all, the reason we start out at such a high temp is because you're introducing an incredibly cold, thick product to hot oil.
Mm-hmm.
So it's immediately going to drop from roughly 400 degrees to 350 degrees in 1 minute.
Right. Awesome. So, for those of you out there over at Cassie's house, I see Cassie's doing an excellent job overseeing this cooking over there.
I like the overseer.
Oh, look at that. Give it up for Cassie over here. So, at this point, like Kelsey's saying, so we got that pan hot. We allowed that flour to tell us that it's the right temperature. And then once it went in the pan, you say we turned it down to medium-high heat, right?
Yeah, and so you're going to continue at about, and for those of y'all who are on an electric stove, that's roughly like at a level 6, all right? So if you're not on gas, I go off of like high, medium, medium, low, medium, high. So if you're electric, level 10 being the highest, this is about a level 6.
Nice.
In between a 6 and 7.
Beautiful. So if you have those steaks in that pan, I would love to just get a quick check-in real quick. If you are there with us, we'd love to see a thumbs up.
We're coming
See
in.
a quick thumbs up. Okay, perfect. We got Megan over there.
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
How's that all
Oh, yeah. Cassie over here nailing it.
Getting up close shot, chef.
Look at this. Oh, we got Donovan, Cat, the chefs.
Oh, Stefan, here we go. You're looking good.
Wow,
I like that cast iron too.
Oh,
beautiful, Stefan.
Brent and David, loving the apron.
All right, we got Brent and David. Nice.
Can I have that apron? I just got done watching You, so now everything is like, you may die here. Have you not seen it?
I'm terrible at
watch this.
I watch it.
I only watch murder stuff to just be like, my life is better than that. I'm great. Okay, y'all, so take a look. A few things I want you to notice. If you're seeing any black, any dark, any smoke, too high, turn this down. At this point, don't be scared to turn this down. Be scared to overcook too quickly. So once you get that in there at that very hot temperature, you've locked in the crisp. That's the important part. Nice. So this is roughly 2 minutes per side, because we're going to finish this in the oven, all right?
Beautiful.
So, we got a nice, look at that.
Dang.
Yeah, it sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is Brett's actual voice when he heard. Yeah.
And y'all remember, then you turn it, just push it around, really. It's the only time I'll tell anyone to push somebody around. Push it around.
Right.
And if you see, y'all, I'm just pushing it. I'm not pinching. I'm not doing any of that, because that is how you break the seal of the crust. All right?
Very important not to break that crust.
Yeah, you will a little, but oh, we hang. Smell deliciousness. Yes. So another thing I want to just take note, if you've never made country fried steak, it's not pretty. It's not a gorgeous thing. It's not meant to be. It's not. Tell me I'm wrong.
It is.
Pretty in its own way.
The beauty is in the flavor.
Like you love your ugly baby, you know? I'm kidding. But really, it really is. It's in the flavor, and it's just not something. This is also why I do this with a lot of Southern food specifically. That's not like the most beautiful to look at. We cover it with the green things. We make it bright and light, and like cover up the ugly parts, but appreciate the flavor.
Right.
That's what today's all about.
Awesome.
Focus on the positive.
Focus on the positive.
Yes.
This is, again, a perfect time to hydrate. Make sure you are all remaining hydrated over there.
Yes.
As many of you can see.
Shayna, are you drinking this drink?
Yeah, Shayna's got a garnish
Yeah, girl.
over here, Chef.
She doesn't usually. I'm impressed.
All right, we're going to check out this garnish over here. We got Chef Shayna.
Yeah, Shayna.
Shayna is nailing it. Wow. Love that orange wheel garnish over there.
I know, right?
All right, so you're basically just looking for the same color that you got on the first side on the second side.
Yeah,
Is that right?
You know, a thing that I've always touched on with country fried steak is very wavy. That's really what it looks like. So you're really not going to get an even fry or an even sear unless you were to deep fry this, which that actually takes away from the flavor of it. So you kind of have to compromise like flavor or appearance.
Right.
And for me, flavor will win at home. You know.
Thumbs up for flavor out there. Let's see, we got flavor supporters over here.
Oh
I
yeah.
think we have all flavor.
Yeah, Sean's all about the flavor.
We're gonna make it pretty. Don't worry, y'all.
Yeah,
We're not gonna just like kill it.
Yeah, Tiffany's about that flavor too.
Yeah.
I can tell by the lights at her house.
I mean, right? She's got flavor all up in that kitchen. Yeah. Is this like your normal Thursday night?
Right. Yeah, Tiffany.
Lights?
Let us know.
Explain.
Like, this is just what it's like hanging out at Tiffany's house.
I mean, honestly, can I come over? Where are y'all?
And with the Malibu.
After party.
Okay, after party at Tiffany's.
Yes.
There we go.
What you making?
Nice.
All right.
All right, beautiful. And so is this where we want to get our sheet tray involved?
Yeah, so this is where sheet tray, ideally with the rack, because when you're putting something in the oven to hold y'all or to finish off, it is definitely better to have a sheet tray with a rack on it. It's just not going to soak in that grease towel like a lot of things do. It's going to basically pour out of the bottom, which is what you're looking for. And I want to show you too, I know you all have some kind of spatula. If yours does stick, get rid of those tongs. Switch to a spatula.
Yep.
Don't be scared. I tell people that all the time. Things happen. If it doesn't go well, just do it. Scrape it off. So I'll show you both ways.
It up.
Scrape if you need. Comes right off. Otherwise, just use those tongs.
Nice.
Now again, this is not done. Turn off your oil, y'all. Another tip too, if you're using cast iron or enamel, go ahead and save yourself a step. Do a little scrape right here, okay? Getting it off hot is so easy. Getting it off cold is not.
That was actually one good question. Any good tips on cleaning after pan fried
There
steak?
you go. Right
Look
here.
at that.
Done,
So
done.
clean as you go. So scrape up that pan like Kelsey's saying over here. Make sure you scrape that pan as the pan is still hot, right? It'll release a lot easier.
And another reminder, this is actually specifically with electric ovens. Move your skillet or whatever away from the burner you just used. The residual heat is just as hot as it being on. So without a product being in the pan with oil, y'all, your pan will literally start spiraling smoke in about 2 minutes. So just move it off that burner to a different one that's cold, and you're good.
All right. So
In
at
the
this
oven.
point, we're gonna pop it in the oven.
Salt.
Oh, we're gonna put a little salt on it.
Touch it, touch it.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
Truffle salt now.
we got a little bit of that
Doing it.
salt of the truffle over here.
Can I take a shot of it instead of putting it on here? Just kidding, but I would not.
That is absolutely acceptable. So we got a little salt over here. Oh, beautiful. Unbelievable. So make sure you get in there on that salt. And then before you put that steak in the oven, honestly, I know Brett is very interested to see how your steaks are looking out there. Okay, so if you got those steaks, before you put it in the oven, hold them up to the camera. We want to see how those steaks are looking.
Oh, we're coming in. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're coming in.
All
Donovan
right.
Cat. Let's see it. Donovan Cat. There we
Oh.
go.
Just like ours.
Beautiful. All right, we got Annie over here.
Definitely. Let's see it.
I like it, I like it.
Yeah,
Oh, Margaret
Steven.
and Craig. Ooh, Jenny
That's
Gruber.
Margaret and
Beautiful.
Craig.
Jenny.
Dang.
Oh, we see you, Molly.
Nice.
There we go, Molly.
Oh, we got Molly over here too, nailing it.
So, there we go.
How about, we got Michelle and Christy over here. Let's see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tammy D.
Chef Tammy.
She's so
There you
happy
go,
all the time.
Mike G. Oh yeah, Jen and Mike, we see you.
Oh, yeah, Jen and Mike.
Megan, let's see it.
That's a pretty piece of meat.
Yeah, beautiful.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Jennifer. Stunning. Wow. All right. I
Okay.
gotta say, those are some beautiful looking steaks.
Yeah, I mean, we're hiring at KBC, so
There you go. You can submit your applications directly into the chat bar.
yeah. And that's not a joke at all. But here we are. Okay, next we're moving on to gravy.
Perfect.
Gravy.
All right. So if you have those steaks in that oven, let's just see a really quick thumbs up. Okay. And at this point too, actually hold those cocktails up. I want to make sure, especially for Steve over here, that he has enough cocktail. Okay. Perfect.
Oh, I'm gonna take your wine then.
We're just gonna.
We're drinking liquor.
Oh yeah, Sue and Tom over there.
So
This is how you know we're friends.
cheers over here. Look at this. Here can we go back real quick, Brett? All right, we're coming back. We got a little yellow solo cup action going on.
Hey, you're here. You've arrived.
Oh, you got Sue over here.
You really made it. When you can own the solo, you've arrived.
Wow,
Yeah.
Sue, I'm just blown.
The original Yellowhammer.
What? Where are you from?
My husband's from Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. So.
Roll Tide.
Wow.
You can never meet a stranger if you're from Alabama. True. True. Because we're
Wow.
all like related, you know?
Look at that. Tom rocking the same yellow solo cup.
You look like you're holding a yellow solo cup. That's what's funny.
Mm.
In the form of
That's how you know that you have a proper yellow hammer. All right. So we got these steaks in this oven over here. Incredible. And you said we're going gravy next?
Yeah, and y'all saw we're going to use some of this fat from this process to make this gravy. So this is quintessential Southern cooking. Use everything, use what you've got. In most places you would throw it out, but in any Southern house you're saving everything. So we're going to use some of this fat to now form the gravy.
Perfect.
Okay?
All right. So we got a little bit of that fat left in that pan. And so you're saying we only want about like 2 tablespoons of that fat, right?
Yeah, and you know, we actually had this conversation just before. One thing I like to tell y'all, the ratio that matters is fat to flour, okay? From there, that milk is just a thinner. So sometimes you need more, sometimes you need less. We're going to teach you how to know when you need to stop or keep going, okay?
Yep.
The ratio that matters, the numbers to remember are fat to flour. That's an easy one. F and F, fat, flour.
Perfect.
Milk is an addition. All right.
Excellent.
So we've got our flour here.
Excellent.
Which is really, it's like 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons.
Exactly. Yep.
Make it as easy as humanly possible. So very carefully, and this is what I always tell people. We actually have roughly like 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to bring it over here, or I guess you can't really see it here.
We got our stove cam right here. Can you guys see
see
that fat over there?
All right, so that's a little bit more than 2 tablespoons. It's okay. If you're getting into like the 4 tablespoon realm is when I really want to cut it back. You can take out a little bit. And I want you to notice the burnt pieces in here. Everybody see that? Okay.
Very important.
So just take out with a spoon. Again, remember we did that little scraping.
Yep.
This is part of why we did that, right? So we're just going to dump those pieces. Just get out, especially those burnt black pieces. We're not going to strain this. It's not that big of a deal because we're going to cook this on a low temperature. It's not going to get to like a super hot temperature. But this will taste very charred, very bitter, very burnt if it cooks any further. So we're going to get rid of that, all right?
Okay.
Now, a roux is simply fat and flour. We can just add it in.
Excellent.
Whisk. And now we go back to the stove.
All right. So, again, we add about 2 tablespoons of fat. We're adding about 2 tablespoons of flour to it, which is that bag that we sent to all of you over there. And you're just whisking it together, right?
Yep, that's it.
Beautiful.
And a part of, too, is it's not just the anti-waste. There is flavor of meat in here, which we want.
You do not want to get rid of that.
No. All right, here we go. Now, also a reminder at this time, if you do have any fat that like spilled over and got all over the place, go ahead and just like quickly wipe it up just to make sure you don't ignite this fire and start another one, okay? We want to control the fire.
Uh-oh.
No way.
All right.
I was going to say, like, oh,
Brett has
that's so real.
Brett has the fire alarm sound effect over here, and
that is not a cool one. I'm not down.
And to be honest, over here,
I just got really stressed out.
we actually have a rule over here, which is if you do set that fire alarm off, right? For those of you that are taking a Truffle Shuffle class for the first time, if you do set that fire alarm off,
I need a glass of wine.
Just give us a thumbs up and hit us up in the chat bar, okay? Because we will come over there and spotlight you, all right? And give you a round of applause, all right? There's nothing that we can do, to assist, but we can honestly just cheer you on as you deal with those fire alarms.
Oh, I like that.
All right, so yeah, we're very supportive over here. You actually get a badge of honor. We actually have a whole team, Kelsey, that literally just answers fire alarms. Yep.
So you have your firefighters.
Yeah, we have our firefighters.
Okay.
Yep.
So do you have like a uniform just for the fire squad?
Yep. Yeah, we do.
Okay, cool. All right, y'all. This is on like medium heat right now. Look at the foam happening. Do y'all see this? So how Roux thickens is by heating it. So this is gonna thin out. It's gonna thicken. All those things. But for this gravy to really thicken, it has to come to a boil first. All right?
Yep.
So medium-high heat. You could do this on high heat when you get to the point that you're like very comfortable with it, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
So, got this on medium-high. Gonna just whisk this in. And y'all, again, we're scraping. This is how you're cleaning your pan, too. 2 for 1. This is how these gravies came about.
So we got our whisk over here. Again, you're on medium-high heat.
Yeah.
And something that's super important that Kelsey's saying over here, you have to make sure that the liquid comes to a boil.
Yes.
Otherwise, it doesn't actually get thick, right?
That's true. And also, Tyler, I want you to see, I know you know this and everybody else, it's going to break on you. It's going to, this is essentially adding water to fat, and they don't like each other. So as you add more, I'm adding a little bit at a time. Eventually, it's going to come together, and it's going to be fine. You just keep moving, keep adding. See, look right there. We've already hit the money spot. See that?
Nice.
We went from like curdled and like, is this going to come together? Did we mess this up? To the sauce. Here we go.
Beautiful.
So it's gravy is, it's very understated and like overrated or underrated, I mean.
Yep.
Because it's kind of tricky. You really have to like trust the process and let it cook out.
Yeah, it's like the French mother sauces.
Yes.
Like a bechamel over here, but yeah, gravy doesn't get the love or attention that it should.
It should be. It should have been on the list.
That's a fact.
All right.
Nice. And so this is really classic gravy over here, milk added to roux, right?
Yes. And one thing I'm not a fan of with a lot of gravies is they are just that. And so what the difference here is that we flavored this meat. We had this flavorful roux, and then flavorful dredge. And then that meat fat is in here. So really, if you want to call it like a beef fat gravy, that's essentially what we got.
Ooh. Wow.
Look at that, y'all.
We got a little beef fat gravy going on out here. And as some of you will notice, I'm not actually doing any cooking, right? I'm making sure that I'm maintaining this cocktail, but smelling this gravy over here, it smells absolutely delicious, right? And just like
a hug, huh?
It does, and some of that, like you were saying, like the seasoned flour that kind of came off of the steak, and the that marinade that a little bit that came off of the steak, all those little flavors. A lot of things that we say during these classes is, good cooking is all those little things that add up, right? Because just like Kelsey was saying, if you just made the sauce with roux and milk, it wouldn't have like the soul that this sauce has. Right?
And this is known in the South. The fun word for this is sawmill gravy.
Oh yeah, this is sawmill gravy.
I don't even know why. We should Google that.
All right, we got Brett Googling that right now.
Brett. DJ Brett.
Sawmill gravy.
Okay.
All right. So one thing I want to note. So this is what I want to note for y'all. I am in the deepest of the deep South. So I have an incredibly hot, humid climate, which means it's wet here. So I've got 2 tablespoons of milk left, and I'm not going to use them.
Okay.
Look at this.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Right? So this is a perfect consistency that's going to thicken once it boils.
Okay.
So we're going to hold off. So once y'all, this is where we teach you how to cook and not read recipes, right? And this is it. Because there is a time with baking, there's a time with gravies where they don't turn out because of things you don't have any control of. So unless you've got some lockdown with whoever's controlling the weather, let me know. But that's not going to happen. So Again, I'm in hot, humid. If you're in California, you're in dry. You're in dry. If you're in high altitude, even more. Actually, in high altitude, you use more liquid. So, with that being said, check this out. What you're waiting on is for it to come to a boil. Then add more if you need to. So what you want to do in this situation, and in most situations, say less, do less. Add more if needed. All right? So here we are. So y'all see these bubbles happening? This is not a boil yet. This is a simmer. And I say that because there's so often these conversations. What is a boil? What is a simmer? And it's incredibly difficult to tell with something like a lava thing, like gravy, that's like so moving at its own pace. So check it out. This is now basically a boil for a gravy.
Okay.
All right? So y'all see there's not a whole lot of movement, but this is a boil. So it's reached its peak thickness.
Perfect.
All right? So this is what I want to see.
Okay.
All right. Now, this is the trick we do in anywhere. Use something you can see on.
Yep. We have a spoon over here, okay? And this is part of the grading process I was telling you all about that will happen. So we want all of you to go to that utensil drawer, all right? Go to your utensil drawer and pull out the spoon that is currently speaking to you. Okay,
Ooh, I like it.
We got Colleen over here. Hold that spoon up. Okay, we want to see that spoon out there. All right, Shayna, yeah, beautiful spoon. We got Colleen over here, lovely looking spoon over there.
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
Tiffany. Oh, Megan.
Steph and Val.
Oh, wow, look at that. Steph and Val over here.
Red and black,
Margaret.
theory.
Oh.
Okay.
Margaret.
Juanita.
Beautiful spoon.
Like it,
Annie.
like it.
Look at that little spoon, Annie. Oh,
Wow,
wow.
Annie. Stunning spoon over there, show. Okay, perfect. So we have our spoons.
Now, this one's not speaking to me now. You really got
Okay,
in my head.
all right,
Okay.
all right.
I'm going backwards.
All right.
So I do like, for white things, I like to use a darker spoon. That's
Perfect.
what speaks to me.
That's the spoon.
Okay, so here's what we're looking for.
All right.
Give it one last stir, scraping the bottom.
Yep.
Dip it, drip it, shake it. All you want to do is draw a line very carefully. Y'all be careful. I can't feel this, so I just am doing this for y'all.
Right.
A little lower.
But I want you to see, this is what you're looking for. Will it drip? Yep. It's dripping. No clumpy. It looks like liquid. However, it'll hold my line.
Oh.
Done.
You guys see that over there?
Hold it down
Do it
a little
again?
bit.
Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
just
gonna-
right there, Kelsey.
All right.
And then we're going to hold it up to the camera.
Here we go. We want that clean drip. So
Okay.
it looks like it could be milk. It looks like it could be buttermilk. It's
Yep.
dripping well. See?
Yep.
However, draw you a line in the sand. And holds it.
Beautiful
Done.
looking line in the spoon. So can you guys see that out there? Brett, can you see that?
There you
Nappe.
go, Chef.
Oh, that is nappe.
Yes.
And so that is the spoon test, right? Right, Kelsey?
The only one that matters.
All right, we got the spoon test over here. And so we want to see your spoon tests, okay? And again, this is when you will be graded. So if you got those spoon tests, hold them up to the camera. We got Brett coming over here. We want to see them.
Oh, Shayna, duh, A+.
Oh,
Shayna
Megan!
obviously got an A
Yes,
spoon test.
Megan. Perfect. Look at the drip, too. Yeah, look at the drip.
Yeah,
Mike G
and
with the drip.
stunning.
That's y'all.
Oh, look at this. We got
Perfect.
Mike G. Point of view reference.
Tiffany.
Purple lights. I'm here
Wow.
for it.
Happy.
Yes.
Oh, Jenny, I see you. There we go.
Oh, let's see it, Jenny.
Yay.
Beautiful looking
Jen
spoon
and
test.
Mike.
Jen and Mike.
Oh.
Wow.
Margaret, we see you.
Oh, Chef.
Yeah.
Margaret is a professional.
Yeah, I mean,
She is.
I'm confused. Is everyone in here or?
Look at that. Nice. Nicely done those spoon tests.
So you're done. Turn it off. Again, remember,
Mm.
move it off that burner. Same thing. Okay? And this is one of those, like, we don't have to worry about a skin on the top. It's going to get it. We're going to whisk it back in.
Look at that.
Be fine. All right. And then we'll season that. We're going to do now or?
We can season it up now. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All right. Let's do that now. So transfer this to either a towel on your table or a cutting board, whatever. This is going to be pretty hot.
Okay.
Margaret and Craig said, I did cook a day at Chef Allen's in Miami eons ago.
That's true.
Eons.
Margaret is a pro. I know that.
I don't think anyone in here is not. All right.
All right.
Mm.
Wow, that looks amazing.
I love gravy.
Brett is literally salivating right now. I know you guys can't see him on the screen, but
Y'all, that's like my biggest fear. I do that to my kids all the time. And I was at this food and wine festival last week, and people kept reaching for food, and I did that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I was like, it's my kids. They ruined me. I was like, oh don't for me.
Don't reach for it.
Yeah,
all right?
sorry, no. You can. I'm a fan. I just, 4-year-olds. All right. So this should smell like beef fat.
Like deliciousness.
Yep.
Okay.
So now we will season.
Yeah. Megan, is it smelling delicious over there? Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah.
Adri over there is okay. Perfect. We got thumbs up from Adri as well. Okay.
So now we go celery salt. All right. Why celery salt? Well, the trifecta of southern ingredients is celery, onions, garlic, peppers sometimes, but celery, and especially celery seed and celery salt, is a big thing.
And so we got the onion powder and garlic powder in that little bit of flour.
Yep.
So this is the third to that trifecta.
And you'll know, you have a fourth a teaspoon of this. Don't dump it all in there. I really want you to be aware of your salt tolerance and what you find to be what you like. So cook with your own intention. Cook with your own taste buds in mind. Taste it. Do a half of it. Try it. And then go more. I certainly love salt. And any chef in a kitchen, we're like scorned for life.
Right.
Because we're like, oh, it's fine. There's half a cup, but we should do 2 cups.
Right.
That's where we are. So just, due to your tolerance. And the best way to taste is with your finger. So just kind of use a spoon.
Sure.
Yeah, I want more.
That is true.
100%.
I know sometimes people question this or whatever, but truly,
Yep.
tasting with your fingers really is helpful because it's
You
like
feel
it's exactly, you feel it, and
Feel
like sometimes when you taste things off a metal spoon, it can leave a little almost
I
like
can taste the
metallic-y.
spoon.
Right.
I'm telling y'all, I'm not a freak. I can taste it.
Right.
This is what chefs actually do, is the other end.
What?
Yeah, are you
It's
kidding?
true. You taste with like all sides of it until you run out of sides.
All of a sudden you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no. We don't stick our finger like in the pots, but we definitely use things. All right, so I want you to also notice, you see how thick this gets as it sits? That's why you go a little thinner with looking for the drip in the beginning. Because you don't want to end up with like clumpy gravy in the end.
Right. And let's say they did make it a little bit too thick. They can add just a little bit more milk to it to thin it out.
Yes, that's a great point. So don't ever be scared to go back and add more milk. It's better to add less and then thin it out. Thickening is very difficult to do after the fact. Thinning is a breeze.
Right.
Just add more milk like right now. I'm gonna add a little bit. That's all you gotta do.
Perfect.
It'll bring it right back to life. And then what I also like to do, this oven is at 300, so this area is warm. So we're just gonna let this gravy hang out, because what we don't want it to do is get cold. Because it's very difficult to reheat it when it's ice cold temperature. So we'll put it back over that stovetop.
Perfect.
Not on any heat, just hanging out.
Beautiful.
Done.
All right. So at this point, we got steak in the oven.
Yes.
We've got gravy
Check it out. Let's see.
on the stove.
My God, it's burnt. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Had to do it.
We're like, uh-oh, we actually put it at 500.
Tyler, I got you. Did you see his face?
Brett
You
set the
freaked
oven.
out. You freaked out.
I did.
I won.
All right.
All right, we're done. I'm leaving now.
All right, so if
So
you've tasted that gravy out there and it's tasting delicious, okay? We'd love to see a thumbs up over here. All right, Brett, let's check it out.
Oh, we're coming in. Brett and David,
All right,
how
let's
are we
see it.
looking? The man with the apron.
Oh, Brett and David David is loving that
Tiffany.
gravy. Yeah, Tiffany. I'm pretty sure I saw Tiffany put some Malibu in that gravy over there. Yeah, I love that.
Sarah and Larry.
Look at that. We got Sarah and Larry with the digital and
John and
physical
Heidi.
thumbs ups.
Oh,
John
yeah.
and Heidi.
Megan.
Oh, we got Megan Anderson over here and Kelly.
Oh, yeah,
What up,
Mike
Kelly?
G.
Mike G. Excited.
How we doing over the Donnas?
Wait, Mike G, did you leave the bar? That was fast. He did.
He did. I think he's good.
I need a full tour of this bar before we're done.
Okay, so Mike G, we need a bar tour, all right, Chef?
Yeah, I mean, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. But mine is not impressive. But we'll do it. We'll play. All right.
All right.
salad. So this is a thing that I love to do with classic Southern foods, especially when they're like quintessential, let's take a nap after and never work again, which is like everything in the South. So, the country fried steak is a meat and three type item. You go to meat and three, you get country fried steak, and you get gravy, and you get mashed potatoes and fried okra. And then you die on the inside for the rest of the day.
Wow.
So the thing about it, I love those things, but what's lacking is we all need the green. We all need the acid. We need the acid, okay? Which is where, when I first started putting this on the menu at KBC, my staff was like, no, we ain't putting grapes on country fried steak. I mean, really, this is the conversation. They were like, she has lost her mind. And I was like, well, here we are. I'm doing it.
Okay.
And it's one of our most popular dishes. It made the book, which means it's really loved. And it's truly just such a good balance to have that like thick, decadent meat that's been fried, a pretty decadent gravy, and then this like bright citrusy acid pop on the top. So that's what we're doing. It's the easiest thing ever. You've got your grapes. Everybody got them? We're going to cut these, right?
Excellent. Yep.
Okay.
All right,
I'll show you the trick to cutting these.
We sent you these beautiful green grapes over here. It's the perfect season for grapes, too. We got a little fall action going on.
Everywhere?
Out in Cali, yeah.
We have muscadines.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Damn.
And scuppernongs.
Whoa. Are those grapes out here?
Yeah. They're grapes. They're just, they have seeds. They have the skin you can't eat. They're great, though. All right, so grapes, put your hand on the flat surface.
Okay.
Carefully cut in half this way.
So you're cutting in half lengthwise? Dang.
And these are kind of large, so from here, that's just to cut them in half lengthwise. And from here, we'll do some slivers.
Okay.
And I don't like to put like a real rhyme or reason on how to cut these. Because every grape is different. So you want them to be smaller pieces. You don't want to eat like a whole piece of grape.
Okay.
Right? So just cut them up. We're not trying to do knife skills here.
Cool. And they don't have to be totally perfect, right?
No. This is not a place for perfect food. Just really great food that's pretty too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to go ahead, slice up those grapes, just like Kelsey did over here. All right.
Hand on the top. Watch your pinky. It's always your enemy. It really
Be careful with that pinky over there. All right. And so we got our grapes over here. And so honestly, I would just love to see how your grapes are looking out there. Okay, once you have them sliced, or if you are still slicing those grapes. Okay, so if you got them, hold that camera up to those grapes. You want to see them out there.
Already. Tiffany over here.
Oh, Tiffany.
Juanita. There we go.
Beautiful
Sue and Tom.
looking grapes over there.
Oh, LaDonna. I see. Oh, there
All right,
we
we
go.
got Chef LaDonna over here. Stunning grapes, LaDonna.
Oh, Britt and David. There we go.
Wow, Britt and David.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, Molly.
I love
There we go. Oh,
Right.
yeah, Steven, looking good.
Dang, we got Steven over here. Slicing those grapes like a pro.
We could have done a knife skills class.
Oh.
Hey, Shayna.
Shayna.
Oh,
Every time, that's all
I
I
love that
right
camera
there.
angle. Yeah, Margaret.
Oh, yeah, Cassie. Oh, yeah, I see you. Looking good.
Oh, we've got Chef Cassie over
Oh,
here.
ahead of the game.
Getting a little ahead of the game, picking that tarragon, Chef. Wow.
Oh, yeah, Megan over there. Looking good.
Megan Anderson. And we got Kelly Williams over there, too, I believe. Where's Kelly at? What up,
There
Kelly?
she is.
Nice looking grapes over there, ladies. All right, so at this point, I think it's the perfect time. Again, you want to make sure you're refreshing yourself as you are cooking over here.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, Brett.
Or do you want some? He's up. Hey, I share. Here.
Share?
Sharing is caring.
You're going to show up.
Okay, here we go.
Great
So,
job, everyone.
moving
Nicely
on
done.
to salad.
Great.
Okay.
Great job.
So there are emulsification type salads. We very rarely do these. Y'all got your wonderful little vial.
Yep.
Halloween season. All about the vials. Champagne vinegar and honey. So we're really not trying to make an emulsification where this is combined. Oil and vinegar is what we're going for here. But we do like to just stir this together a little bit in the beginning. You've got your olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to drizzle this. Dump it. Okay?
Boom.
And then we're going to stir this together. You can use a spoon or a whisk. I'm going to use a little whisk again.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Awesome. So
What did you tell them?
we got a little whisk going on over here.
Yep.
Perfect.
But y'all, we're just combining. This is not supposed to be this emulsification. Look how quickly that 2 stirs.
Yep.
You see that?
Comes right
And
together.
this is what honey does for you. Honey will just bind everything together. Oil and vinegar will never do this, but really the touch of honey is to really bring out the acid and make it taste even better, but also to keep that oil and vinegar together so that it coats things better. So now, here we go. Grape.
In with the grapes.
Arugula. I love arugula.
Yeah. So good.
It's my favorite. It's peppery, it's spicy, so I like to tell people things you can sub, things you can't sub. Things you can sub here. Grapes can be subbed for plums, raspberries, blackberries, change it up, whatever. Any kind of sour fruit is great. Arugula is not to be replaced with just any lettuce because it's very sturdy, it's very spicy, it has pepper in it, which is very great in this recipe. Got a wonderful parsley in here. It's just huge leaves, just kind of rip them. You don't even have to chop them. Hands.
Yep.
Want to help me?
So we're just putting a little bit of that parsley and tarragon into this arugula salad over here. Wow. Awesome. And these are all like kind of those nice herbaceous notes that are going to be going into this salad.
Tarragon, same thing. Rip it. Rip it.
Tarragon is,
Fave.
I gotta say, one of my favorite herbs. It's got that really nice, like, lemony, anisey.
I don't even know. I'm telling you, even as a chef, I have no idea how to describe it except for, like, it's great.
Right.
It brings out everything to me, and some people find it overpowering, and I think the opposite. So.
Beautiful. All right, so at this point, in that bowl, we just placed that champagne vinegar and honey, whisked in that olive oil, just like Kelsey was saying. It's very interesting. Like, there's a couple different ways to do oil or vinaigrettes, right? And even if you just whisk together that champagne vinegar, honey, and olive oil, it will come together and emulsify. And so then we added that arugula. We picked that parsley and tarragon in there as well. Beautiful.
Use your hands if you want. Whatever.
Nice.
Toss this together. Just a few seconds. And this is definitely a part of the equation you want to do right before you're going to eat it. You don't want to let this sit.
Okay.
All right?
Beautiful.
Are we ready?
I think we're ready over here.
Da, 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 da.
All right. So at this
Final
stage,
hour.
if you have all those items in that bowl, right? We got that beautiful little side salad over here. Okay, we got that steak in our oven, nice and hot. We got that gravy nice and hot too. If you have all those items together and you are ready to get eaten out here, all right, we would love to see a thumbs up out there. See how you're doing.
Oh, we're coming in.
Oh, we're coming in over here.
Megan. Oh, yeah, with the thumbs up.
Yeah,
I'm happy
perfect.
over
There you go,
here.
Megan.
There
Oh,
we
we
go,
got
yeah.
Cassie.
Megan over here.
Oh, we got Megan Solomon over here. Let's see it.
Oh, yeah, Tiffany, I see you. How we doing, Molly?
Tiffany.
How we doing, Molly?
What up, Molly?
There we
Okay,
go.
perfect. We got thumbs up from Molly's
Kirsten
house.
and Marvin.
Oh, we're Kristen and Marvin.
Oh, yeah, Sean and Ann, we see you.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sean and
we got the
Ann.
Murray family. Oh, we saw you getting those plates out.
All right, Murray family. Can we see a thumbs up out there if the kitchen smells delicious?
Oh, yeah, they're ready. Oh, you know, we got the Tiffany.
Yeah, you guys are spotlighted right now. Tiffany,
Jennifer.
the party continues at Tiffany's house.
I mean, the lights have never dulled. Still going. I'm here for it.
Nice. All right, perfect. So we went ahead, we grabbed a couple plates, and what is next over here? We're gonna plate it up.
We're going for it. All right, steak is going to come out.
All right. So we got steak coming out of the oven.
All right, so let's show y'all. This is what you really want to see. So part of that finishing off in the oven, it's going to dry it out. So you see it's going to dry it out.
Dang.
Look at that grease in the bottom of the pan.
Oh.
Which is good because you don't want all that like sucking into the meat. So y'all see that?
Yeah, nice.
Don't be scared to give it one little touch of truffle. Touch of truffle.
Touch truffle.
Touch of truffle.
Yeah,
A
little.
little more.
This is the Truffle Shuffle right now that you are
it is.
participating.
You can also throw some in your salad if you have some left over.
Oh, perfect.
Not gonna hurt, okay? Nowhere will truffle salt be a problem.
Welcome addition.
All right, so this isn't that hot. Let me see. You can use a spoon, whatever. Just transfer. Here we go. And I like to kind of put it off the side because we're going to not put everything directly on top.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because if you just throw the gravy on top, throw the salad on top, it's going to get soggy really quickly, right? So we want to be careful not to over-sog our steak. So we're going to kind of just put it off to the side.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people see in restaurants like, oh, it's all for show, it's all for the looks. It's actually because we don't want to harm our product too much. So give that gravy one final stir. Y'all, you still have time to thin it out if you need to. So that can still be thinned if needed. This one's pretty good.
Dang. That looks awesome.
Temp is good. Falling back on us, we're good. Spoon. All right.
All right.
You do what you feel with gravy. I mean, choose the amount you want. I'm not like someone who wants to be drowning in gravy. I want just the right amount, which for me, this is going to be like 2 spoonfuls.
All right.
Okay.
Wow. And as you can see over here, just like Kelsey's saying, we just put the gravy off to that side over there. Wow.
And what can you do with this gravy after?
Yeah, great question.
No judgment, okay? We don't see you late night. No one
Whatever
knows
you
what's in
choose
that
to do
coffee
with that
cup.
gravy later is that's on you.
Yeah, grab a straw, whatever.
Right.
All right,
All right,
salad.
perfect.
We go, and I'm going to see everyone's gravy first.
Oh, if you got that gravy on that steak, let's see a real quick thumbs up, because I know all of you are unbelievably hungry out there. Okay, yeah, Cassie's good.
Oh,
hungry.
Shannon might.
Yeah, Juanita's good.
Shannon
Oh,
might.
that's a pretty
Jesus
plate.
Christ over here.
Steven.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Tiffany.
Yeah.
Dang.
John and Heidi. Woo.
Oh. All right, Brett, let's come back. Let's finish, we'll finish plating ours over here, and then we want to see
everyone's
their
ahead of
faces.
us. Oh,
All right, we're gonna catch up real quick.
I swear we know what we're doing. All right, here we go. So then salad, it's not a garnish, but it's a salad on it. You eat it all together. That's the goal here.
Dang.
And the thing is, y'all, this acid and this dressing is the final finish of this dish.
Yeah.
Okay?
I gotta say, those grapes too, when I tasted
Isn't it surprising?
Kelsey, is like unbelievable. Especially with that gravy.
You two are both welcome to Texas anytime,
Done.
say Tiffany.
Okay, so Tiffany,
talking
just so you know, Brett actually bought a ticket to Texas as we've been on this call, so we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does it.
Please do count. I will give you my address. Come on down.
Tiffany, hit it up in the chat.
Tiffany.
But with that, I gotta say, I have been watching the cooking of this dish the entire time, but I'm super excited to see how your dishes are looking out there. And you can see, I just want to give a 360, Brett. Can we show this real quick? Look at this.
Yum.
Oh my gosh, look at that. 360 degrees of deliciousness. Okay, and I know a lot of you out there already have it plated up, but if you have it, we want to see how it's looking. Okay, so show Kelsey how those dishes are looking out there. Hold them up to the camera. Let's go over here, Brett. Let's go. Let's see how it's looking.
Oh, we're coming in.
All right, we're coming in over here.
Let's see it.
Oh,
what's your
Cassie.
extras?
We got
Extra
some.
credit.
Ooh, we got mashed potatoes over here.
hello.
Stunning.
Steve and Colleen. Let's
Oh, Chef Steve.
Nice.
Oh, Shane over here?
Steve is nailing it. Oh, we got Shane over here.
Yeah, Shayna, cook through too.
Nice.
Mike G.
Mike G. Wow.
Megan.
Look at that.
Yes.
Megan Richardson. Beautiful.
See you.
Margaret. Literally,
What a
Margaret.
gravy.
I swear Margaret runs a Michelin star restaurant.
We
Like,
got
every
Megan
time I
over
see her over
here.
there. Oh, let's see it, Megan.
There we go, Megan.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, we're coming in. Hold them up.
All right, yeah. Oh, we got Michelle and Chrissy over here.
Perfect.
Stunning.
Oh, Molly.
All right, Molly, let's see it.
Okay.
Dang. Look at that up close
I mean, that's a
steak.
real good crisp on there. Ooh, asparagus and biscuits too? Green beans?
What?
What's happening?
Oh,
Sarah and Larry.
we got Cheryl and Judy in the building.
Oh, we got Cheryl and Judy over here. Let's see
There
it.
we are.
No, what happened?
All right, Cheryl.
We got 2 pits for Saturday, so it's being taken care of. No worries.
Oh, okay.
Leftovers.
Okay, well, I'll follow up and make sure you guys are all good.
Good. Yeah, Millen is taking care of it.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Well, I gotta say, those dishes look absolutely
I agree.
incredible.
Woo! 3 servings.
Britt and David. Tiffany.
Drizzle. Action.
Look at that drizzle,
Jenny
Tiffany. Jenny Gruber, stunning.
Donovan Cat, we see you. A few more here.
Oh,
Caitlin.
let's look at this. Oh, we got Caitlin over here.
Annie, I see you holding that up.
Let's see it, Annie.
There she is.
Oh. Nice. Wow.
Oh.
I want to give all of you a round of applause out there. That looks incredible.
We were supposed to be the professionals, but y'all did a great job.
Right.
Really. Really. Round of applause.
Nicely done. And I gotta say, hit it up in the chat over here too. Let us know how is it tasting? Right? How is it tasting? Who has tasted it yet?
Are we gonna? Y'all want to eat?
I was gonna say we gotta
try it.
we gotta get at least one taste over
You
here.
can't taste your own food. I don't trust you.
All right.
Cook throughout. All right, we're safe. I was really scared.
Yeah. That's the telltale right there.
I mean, we would really be in trouble, you know.
Mm. Unreal.
I mean,
That brine.
I've never done it with truffle salt. Go. It's important. Oh, that's good. Like, can we edit the cookbook now? It's too late. But
Got a lot of great comments coming in.
Yeah, and make sure you get a copy. If you don't have a copy of this book, right, you want to make sure you get a copy, okay? Brett's going to throw the link in the chat over here. You guys want to make sure you get a copy of Southern Grit. And so this is just one of how many recipes in here, Kelsey?
it's roughly like 100 and I think it's 25. I don't know. I don't even know.
Look at that.
100 plus.
So we got, this is literally one
It's
of
127. 127.
Thank you, Shayna. 127.
Thank
She's
you.
cooking my entire book right now.
Thank you.
This makes
You're cooking.
number 25.
Dang. You're cooking
it
through the
start to
whole book,
finish.
Shayna?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I'm cooking through the whole book.
Margaret and Craig actually read the book last night. It was great.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Margaret checked out that book. That's
127.
awesome. Well, yeah, check out this book over here. Again, it's just one recipe. Like I say, from one of the best chefs that I have had the pleasure of working with.
Ditto.
And Kelsey, thank you again for joining us here at Truffle Shuffle.
Give it a round of applause.
Happy to be here.
Kelsey.
Thank y'all for joining.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy those dishes. Hope to cook with you again soon out there.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.
All right, bye.